are recording live from Arlington, Vermont. I'm Happy Valley Hobbies, and these are hobbies that make me happy. And Rail Artist is in the house, uh, possibly the only one in today at this point, which is okay. Uh, for those who celebrate, may your Easter be a happy one. Let's go there. All right. Things are not lining up the way I want them, but oh well. And that's one detail I forgot. All right. Well, hello there, John Blanacki. Thank you for coming in. All right, performance. Da-da-da-da. All right. Looks like the Ethernet is going wild. Yeah, let's see about getting that back to live. All right. I think everything is up and running properly. Sorry for the delay. Nice, Rail Artist. Yeah, I didn't really. It's not that I don't celebrate Easter. It's one of those things that I have no one to celebrate it with. So that's sort of kind of my excuse. But what do you have to say? Hate way too much. Yeah, it's one of those things of it's not a day like Thanksgiving where you can overeat and all that, but I after church services I did go out to what I normally do is hit the local diner. One of the diners was closed today, so it's one of those things of going like, that's going to make things a little tight because Bennington is not a very large town, but it's one of those things of it's one of the more popular ones. Large family and lots of food. Yeah. Usually, when you have a large family, at the pretend you're feeding an army, right? Chicken enchiladas. Nice. Yeah, I have not eaten dinner yet, so it's one of those things of probably snack on something. Again, when you're by yourself, things are not as damn 60 people. Yeah, it's a small platoon. Yeah, let's see. That's pretty much a platoon right there. Family was there on Friday for his stepson's celebration. Twins. Nice. Yeah, the diner I went today, they had they had a live they did have a live band. Well, it looked like a husband and wife team, so it's not really a band. That wasn't everybody. Wow. But yeah, it seems that the guitar player, it was his birthday. Of course, jokingly said, "Yeah, I'm 39." Everyone sort of chuckled, because I think he had more gray hair than I did. And the woman of the duo said he was the greatest greatest grandpa. So 39 technically could be a grandparent, but I have a feeling he was a little bit over 39. I don't know. The thing is, a lot of the hair on top of my head is so thin it doesn't show up on camera, but it is, my hairline actually is here. But as it's so light, it doesn't show up. But I would also have to say, I do know people that completely shave their heads and all that. So I have more hair than them. I actually have more hair than my father because when he was alive, whereas I have very thin hair right here, uh, he actually had no hair. So it's basically on camera I have my father's what is that? I got my father's hairline on camera, but you meet me in person, you'll realize that I do have hair here. Not quite sure if it barely shows up, but it is there. And yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it was a little late getting everything ready this today. One, I would have to say I wasn't really not quite in the mood to do stuff. But it's one of those things of trying to remember that this channel is not necessarily to get views and all that fun stuff, but it is to get me motivated and, get me doing stuff. Nice. Yeah, I would have to say it's definitely harder with women to have baldness than guys. Because it's always assumed they go gray, not bald. I kind of think, no, my sister has mom's hair. Dad's color. Because she's blonde, very blonde. And every now and then she admits that, yeah, she does blonde things, the stereotypical blonde things, but not as much. But it is going to be a very short one tonight. I believe Heath is the Sidetrack Sunday person because I guess everyone else is doing things with their family. And I'm assuming that Heath is not, or is going to get done with everything with his family beforehand and his girlfriend. Maybe, there is the possibility that I honestly don't know what religion Heath follows. So he could be, don't follow it. Don't know. Fully silver guy, a dull gray. Yeah, it's one of those things of when I was younger. It's one of those things of with a combination of these bright monitors and that's sort of like that turns around and sort of bleaches out my skin. Well, hello, Grandpa Rails. Thank you for dropping in. The thing is when I trim my beards where the way that I want it, some of it winds up disappearing. Like right in here, it's all the same thickness and all that, but since there's bits of white in there, it sort of like disappears. Yeah, it's gonna be a short one tonight because I started way too late. Not only that, I also last week when I added the rails to the selector plate, I tried to go to the different called all the different hobby shops to see if they had any Code 55 track, and they all said no. So I ordered it from JP and S Hobbies in Cropsyville. I think right now that's the shortest. It's the shortest one time. Sometimes it's fun just getting together. And that's one thing I have to say that I grown to like about this community, with the chat function and all that, actually being able to, hang out with people and not necessarily being, with the pandemic and, the whole not being able to talk to anyone in live person, it became the good thing. But I mean, there are times that, since my supervisor got fired uh, back in the beginning of December, I was working 50-hour weeks. And this month, because of I would say supply chain issues, I've been able to take Fridays off. So I've been, getting back, slowly getting back to the rhythm of a 40-hour week. Just feel like an 80-hour week when you're doing 50. But my assumption is once we get the specific parts that we need, it's going to be all hands on deck. We need to get this stuff out, and but that's the way it is. So right now I'm just learning to finally relax and try to let my new supervisors over dramatics wear me down. I mean, it's I did wind up making a suggestion to HR that we switch because his schedule is supposed to be 8 hours for 5 days, where mine's 10 hours for 4. And it's one of those things that was like, he's sort of like, hey, this is great and all that, because he's working, as he puts it, 7 days a week, this, and I'm like, all right, whatever, my place is not known to pay a lot. Just found out that the minimum wage in Vermont is lower than the minimum wage in New York. So, hello, Randall. Thank you for dropping in. And it's one of those things of I could theoretically move back to New York to get a, theoretically higher pay, but at the same time, the cost of living's higher. So it winds up balancing out. And it's one of those things I happen to realize that what I actually need in finances is, I want to say, because is up to $20 an hour, but at the same time, from what I understand, rent's nuts there. It's one of those, that's why they have so many, quote, homeless people that are living in RVs because they can't actually afford an actual, they can't afford the rent. Or at least that's what is being reported on news. I don't know. I say it's one of those things I never thought of. I never thought of moving that far away, because most of my friends and family that I'm connected with is in the Northeast. So that would be the reason why that I would not move to California. I mean, there has been times that those were, when I was unemployed, I actually contemplated moving to New Hampshire. There was a job that was opening there. Went and looked into it, and New Hampshire is always saying, "Oh, we don't have any income tax. We don't have this tax. We don't, we don't have any. It's like we don't have any taxes." Not true. They do have taxes. And that's why rent is really nuts in New Hampshire. That's one thing they don't advertise that part, because that's how they make up their rent is through, if I remember correctly, liquor sales. Let's see, yeah, liquor sales and property taxes. So since the property taxes, since those have to make up for that, yeah, there's always some kind of tax. Born free, taxed to death. And the thing is that I know and the thing is that the taxes, the cost of living is lower in Vermont, but also it's one of those things that, what is sacrificed for that. And when I bought my new car, when I first moved over here, it's like everyone had 4x4s and Subarus. It's like, that makes no, what is it now? It's like it never dawned on me why it was until after I think it was out the third snowstorm, because New York has higher taxes and all that, but the driving in during a snowstorm is a lot safer because they have well, the thing is, well, I look at it this way. If someone has 30-year experience in a job and they're still making minimum wage, they should probably be looking for another job. Because, usually someone with 30 years experience, if it's a smart company, they should be giving that person a raise, especially if they're good. Now, if they're not good and they're not getting raises, it's one of those things that experience does not equate to how well they do their job. Because, there is a possibility that somebody who, through nepotism or something like that, they're terrible at their job, but they're still there because their family, they're friends of the family, especially if it's a family-run business, or they're friends with, if it's a regular corporation, they're friends with, the higher ups, or high school friends of the higher ups, or something like that. So it's that sort of, this person is making more money than someone with 30 years experience had. In my opinion, is not quite right. Or the thought process is not right, because I think someone with 30 years experience would not be working at minimum wage. And if they are, they need to look for another job. But enough of that silliness. They're going back to, starting on the layout. For those who've been here before, will turn around and realize that, hey, how did I get rid of all the ink stains and all that? And the thing is I didn't. It's actually the other. It's actually the other side, or the selector slide. Uh, the selector slide of the layout. I flipped it because I'm getting ready to install this, and we'll see what other thing, how to do, more stuff. All right. So time to switch cameras. Yeah, it'd be nice if StreamYard made it easier to switch over cameras. All right. All right. Now, before we go too nuts, I have recently got something in the mail. And what I recently got, people in this railroad community might recognize it. And recently got a mug from Rick from the False Bailey Model Railroad. The thing is, I've had this one. According to Rick, this is like the first, the very first mug that he made or had made. Not sure the exact setup, but apparently with this, with the new mug, he said, I guess he didn't get the right stickers, so they are not not food safe. Possibly not even possibly not even not food safe, but also probably not dishwasher washing safe, possibly. So he said use it to keep pens and all that fun stuff in there. But since I already got something that I can drink out of, which I have empty because, well, can't really show it sideways. That would be a mess. I actually cleaned it out. There is, not sure if you can see the drop of water in the side of it, but where I live, there's very hard water, so that's why there's stuff all over it. But I also have a Rick the Tree Mini Me, which I do not know where it is off the top of my. That's one of the reasons why I took a short time actually getting back on, starting the stream late because I couldn't find it. So I was going to show all three things, which right now I believe I have the most different things from Rick than I have from Heath. Heath, I think I only got stickers from, if I remember correctly. So, but enough of this silliness. Let's get on to, of course, how much you want to bet I'll find that particular missing 3D print once I go offline, once I turn the camera off. So the idea for this, now thing is that I can move the camera. All right, let's see. Move the camera down here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to move the lights. So, all right. So I can't move the lights. I can tilt them that direction, but it's going to look really, really odd. All right. Now this is approximately what the size of the yard's going to be, because I'll stick two of these. So my idea is, all right, that there, put that there. This is my idea, is to line, since the yard I'm making, this is upside down now. This is where the selector plate is, and the idea is to have the gauntlet track here, straight across, and then sort of have it. Since I don't have a fast tracks Y, I only have the number 4. Is to actually have it set up where this part actually goes towards the front. So that's why I'm going to when I made the template, I made it, if I had a Y, but I don't have a Y. So it's going to be sort of, instead of a Y, it's going to be coming here and then peeling off, and a number 4 be a number 4 Y, and then connect to this part, which is the quote yard, where that's where it'll be, set up where it's 3x3. So let's say we, all right. All right, we'll push down on that to make the hole, or not necessarily make the hole. Actually, let's move it up just a little bit. Because I want to be able to figure out what the swing's going to be. And number 2, on this side, this is where the walls go, basically the edge of the layout or / wall is going to be. So I don't want it to be able to hit this. So, all right, let's try that. We'll squish that down. Okay. Now, we'll finish the hole. Hopefully it's relatively straight in both directions. Just happened to realize that I went and used my drill press today, and happened to realize that the drill press is missing its chuck key. I had thought I had it on the side of the machine, but I did not. I grabbed another chuck key, which is from the lathe, and going like, I can use this. And it's like, no, it's a different thing. This would be faster if I had the appropriate check for my electric screwdriver, but I do not. All right, now how far am I going to go down with this? I'm not sure that's going to show up too easy, but oh, hello there, Heath. Thank you for coming in. From my understanding, you are doing the Sidetrack Sunday today, correct? Oh, I'm nowhere near stopping. All right, this is taking way too long than I'm expecting. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold that thought. Ha. All right. Look what I just happened to find. My father's Craftsman, or Black & Decker. That is Craftsman. Because my father liked going to Sears a lot, so that's why I assumed that it was Craftsman. It's slowly wearing away his initials. His name is Howard Cady, hence the barely seen H. But I'm going to be able to get that real quick. All right. Oh, okay. Doesn't want to go any further down. All right. Not going to fight with it. And this actually has the key attached to it. So now for the fun part. Where is the nearest electric cord? Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, that was the wrong plug to pull. Mm-hmm. Because I just lost everything. Well, I lost one monitor because, well, that was the monitor that was connected. And since it's a smart television, it has to reboot. So it is going through the rebooting process. It's flickering all over the place. That was unexpected. Very unexpected. There we go. All right. Da-da-da-da. Come on. All right. I have now recovered the smart TV. Which I'm not quite sure. All right, there's that. All right, why is it not? There we go. All right, there's that. That's the inbox. That's that. And that's that. Oh, seems that I have lost. Oop. One thing I'm lost the live. About the chat. Lost the chat. All right, I think I'm back to where I was. Or at least I hope I am. All right. Now, let's see. Don't touch that. All right, I think I'm back. Yep. All right. It looks like I have access to plug over here. It's right next to my cordless drill. It has a supercapacitor on it instead of battery, so it doesn't last long, but at the same time, it winds up actually, since I'm talking about said cordless drill, let's use said cordless drill. There we go. It's not the best, but it will work. All right. Yay, we got something done today. All right. All right, now the fun part of figuring out how the rest of this goes. And annoyingly, something has decided to warp on me. I do not know what warped, but something decided to warp on me because this is not folding flat. The only thing I could think of, it might be the rails. Because now that wouldn't make sense, because if it was the rails, it would be pointing down, not up, because it's warmer than when I started. It's like right here, it seems to go that way. Now the question is this going that way, or is this going that way? That looks straight. That it's not looking straight. Just barely see. I might have to get a light behind it. I can just barely see where this is at. So this is what's warping, which would make sense because that's the smaller one, or the thinner one. Looks like I might have to turn around and break that and figure out a way to push this back down again. So it looks like I'm temporarily stopped there. But that is okay. We'll try something to fix that. Not quite sure what, but that's the way it is. Looks like it's time to switch back over cameras. All right, so let's go back to the other camera. But all right. Well, I did ask if I remember correctly, Heath at Humanity Junction is going to be Sidetrack Sunday this week. So I would say, please turn around and confirm that, Heath. But you might be actually off and actually checking your equipment, which is okay. Well, thank you, Grandpa Rails, for the comment of cool mugs. They are from the ever so fun and popular Rick Bailey. Of course, now I have to actually turn around and actually see if I can actually find, his mini-me. All right, projection. Of course, now I got a thing from Malwarebytes saying that, hey, your projection score has changed. You picked the wrong time. But yeah, it looks like I got something actually accomplished today. If I was using that, the non-powered setup and all that, that would not have gone for, it would have went into way over time. I'm glad to actually see that I actually had Actually, glad I actually had my father's hand drill close by. The drill press that I have from him. Unfortunately, the table on it is, it's cast iron and it broke. And the sad thing is that I can go to Harbor Freight, buy the same exact thing for a lower price than trying to get a part to fix the table. The piece of it's part of the table that goes up and down and helps the table swivel. Goes right on the main shaft and all that. But yeah, I can actually buy a Harbor Freight drill press for the same price as buying that cast iron part, and it's like the machine still works. But that's one of those things that go like, I mean, I do have a lathe, but I just don't know where to get a good spot for cast iron where I can actually turn around and put it on the lathe, probably using the four drawer chuck, and then going from there. But well, that's it for me tonight. I guess I'll see everyone over at Humanity Junction. So I believe the world needs more love. So find your passion, add some silliness to it, and spread it around. Bye, everyone.